And we're live! Good morning! A very good morning to today's RC Coffee Chat, and a very good morning to you. So what have we got in the topic list for this morning? Topic number one is whoopsie times two. No, actually times three. You'll find that out in a moment. Topic number two is foam or balsa. Topic number three is yay, 10%. Topic number four is a Mini Talon kit for £34.54. Stupid money. Topic number five is psycho. And topic number six is a quick tip for you. And topic number seven is £28 worth of lube was required. Nuts. So I just need to get my tabs sorted out here. And unfortunately, there is no Kev in the house this morning. Currently, Kevin is missing in action despite all of our activities this morning on Facebook to wake up Kev. It doesn't appear to have worked at all. We'll get to that in a moment, I'm sure. Right, on to topic number one this morning, and we can see that on our screens, and let me just zoom in a touch. Can anybody spot the minor whoopsie on, unfortunately, my part? It didn't come like that. It was my fault entirely. And yeah, I was here. I had the F22 here. I picked up a little high-C battery because it's got a decent size turbine doodah in it, and plugged it in. It went spark right in front of me. Fuck! Like, oh, what's going on here? And of course, well, you check your plug and you plug. Oh, bloody hell! Look at that! Can you see the burnout on the end of that socket? See, I really did do it. I plugged it in and it went whang! Oh my goodness me! And oh, everything's got a bit warm. And then you look at it, and then, as you do, you go and plug it back in again just to make really sure you haven't tried stuffing it in the wrong way round. Because it is possible to put an XT60 connector around the wrong way round if you jam it in there hard enough. And bang again, and the leads were really hot. The battery got rather warm, to say the least. And I thought, oh, fuck. I've been and smoked. There are servos, and the servos would have been an absolute nightmare to dig out on that model. Like, nigh on impossible to get out, like surgery of a different league. And I thought, oh no, I've been and blown up the receiver as well. And the ESC, oh, what a royal pain in the rear. What I'd been and done is got the terminals the wrong way round. And yeah, so I had two goes at warming it up, and trust me, it did get warm. And then I did actually have a third go. Let me get this photo here. This was me soldering up, and I literally put the wire in, and I thought, hang on, I've done it again. I almost soldered it up the wrong way twice, and I've not done this before. And then I get it like nigh on two stabs together with the model, and then I go and try and solder it up the wrong way round again. Honestly, talk about things coming in threes. Yeah, so I like to post my mistakes as we go, as along the way. So just to give you a heads up, XT60 connectors, and those of you which didn't know, is that you put the red wire on the flat side, not the pointy side. They go on the flat side. I'm sure many of you already know that. Very important fact. But I would like to give you the good news, which is the receiver is fine. It's still pumped. The ESC is fine. It was a Hobby King Blue 30 amp ESC. Those have been really, really good. In my experience today, absolutely fantastic. And I've now been and tested them with reverse polarity, and they seem to have survived. So genuinely impressed with the little Hobby King Blue ESC, the 30 amp ones. And I've used them in loads and loads of models, and they seem to work really, really well. And if you do inadvertently do the terminals the wrong way round, then they will survive as well. So yeah, topic number one was a bit of a whoopsie on my part, to say the least. So with that said, let's get across to my favourite section here in the mornings, which is to say a very good morning to you, or afternoon or evening. Obviously replace that sentence for wherever you are based in the world. So we had quite a bit of a chit chat this morning, so I'm going to need to scroll up a touch. So go 2499, very good morning, sir. Good morning, Lee, as well, and Brian too, and Lee. I think I already said Lee. Good morning, Wayne. Good morning, Sink. Good morning, Brad. Scrolling down, like I said, we had a good old chit chat here this morning. Good morning, Lauren, as well. Good morning, Steve and James. Scrolling on down again. Good morning, Henry. Scrolling down. Good morning, Kevin Wright. Chris, good morning. James, good morning. Roderick, good morning. Flytime, good afternoon. Joe, Roderick, who else? Neil, good morning as well. Van, Jeff, not really me, good morning. Philip, good morning. Chris, the Stig, Jim, Riff, good morning. Iralift25, good morning. Scrolling down. Dicky Garb, good morning as well. New face, Alistair, good morning too. Scrolling down and keep on going. Olin, OD1 Kabaka, FluTube, good morning. And obviously, if I've missed your name in there somewhere, I do apologise. So, yay, happy days. Yes, Lee, the magic smoke emitter. It did smell of magic pixie smoke here this morning. And it was not a pleasant smell, to say the least. So that's Shoutout Corner. Obviously, if you're watching the recorded version, you can say howdy in the comments section underneath this video. So I'm just looking at your comments, which you can see the live chat going on above my head. So topic number 2 was one of those, as Dave put it best yesterday in the Facebook group, which is there's nothing quite like forking a hornet's nest and then running away, which I absolutely did. Yesterday's question was foam or balsa, and those of you which are on today's live chat, in the top right hand corner you get to vote on which is better. Now I have added a third option for those of you which are on the live version. Obviously you're watching the recorded version, you can also vote too on which is better. Is it foam, is it balsa, or maybe it's something else, and you get to choose what those are. So no, it was a very serious question. What's foam or balsa? Which is better? And that was a big that was a topic in the Facebook group yesterday. If you'd like to chip in with that one, the link to that is in the video description for you. Like everything which we always cover in these RC Coffee Chats, click the show more button, and I'll do my best to put the links into everything which we've covered during today's RC Coffee Chat. So there is a link to that one. Let us know if you like foam or balsa, and like I said, there is an extra special vote in the live version. If you press the little eye icon, you can get to vote in there as well. Unfortunately, is there a Kev yet? No, Kev's not woken up just yet. So we will be giving moment by moment standby alerts for Kev's awakeness. Currently, Kevin is missing in action. And if those of you who don't know what we're talking about, go and check the Facebook group for this morning's RC Coffee Chat, and you'll see what we're talking about. Right, topic number 3 was there is a discount code available. Now, I need to go and get this from the show notes, which annoyingly I don't have to hand. I wonder if I can click on that tab and not kill the live version. I think we're doing good. Yes. The code is, and I'll put it in the video description, and I'll put it up here in the title. It's March Sale 10. So all one word, March Sale 10. And that should give you 10% off items which are not on promotion or on clearance on Banggood. Okay, and I've been and checked it this morning. Toki, you posted it in the Facebook group yesterday. Thank you for that, fella. Really do appreciate that. So if those of you which are looking for 10% off Banggood, that voucher code works. I've been and tested it myself this morning. That brings us nicely on to the Mini Talon kit. So many of you know that I actually own a Mini Talon, and I've got a separate build video on that one. Well, it's not like a build video, it's actually an overview video for 2017. So I went off and I pretty much watched everybody else's episodes or videos on the Mini Talon, and they've just done a quick status check. No Kev just yet has appeared in the chat. So coming back onto the topic, the Mini Talon, absolutely fantastic model. Like I said, I bought one, and then it is a bit of a pain in the ass to laminate, to be honest. That fuselage and that V-tail's a bit tricky. Obviously, you don't need to laminate it. I would kind of set my heart on laminating mine. But I did. In fact, well, I'll tell you what, while I'm here, I'm actually just going to go and get it. Give me a moment. And Mini Talon, I'll go and grab the video. And if the thing is that if I go and click on, get that out of the way, EU warehouse, $43, which this morning I worked out to be £34.54, which is uber money, considering the amount of model which you get for your cash. Give me a sec, see if I can find it. There it is. And I'll pop it in the live chat and I'll update the video description for you. So let me just click on there a moment. And I'll stick it in the chat. And good morning, Austin, by the way. Just spotted a new name appear in the chat. Ooh, I've clicked on the wrong link. I've just sent you the wrong link as well. Apologies. You need that link there in there. Go and have a look at the Mini Talon. The one mistake which I made with my Mini Talon is the silver wings on the top. It looks absolutely bloody fantastic. However, in the sky, silver covering film is not the best idea. Obviously you can use it, but definitely do put some stripes on either of the wingtips so that you can actually see it in the sky. Absolutely fantastic model, and for £34.54, an amazing bargain. So there's a link to that in the video description. Unfortunately, that is only available from the EU warehouse from Banggood, and to be honest, even at like 70 some dollars up there from the other warehouse, it's not like break the bank money, you know. Obviously it is above 50 quid or $65, which was the reference which I was using before, but it's an awful lot of model for your money. Super straightforward to set up, fantastic for FPV. It does like to fly fast, say 30 to maybe about 40 miles an hour, and it's an extremely efficient model. Now, I'd also, I'm sure many of you remember my conversation about this, and you'll find that in the Mini Talon overview, which is that when I first had it, I did say it was a bit of a ugly model, you know, and I really didn't like it. And then the more I worked on it, the more I liked it, and it is a fantastic model. So unbelievable value for 35 quid, you know. So those of you which are based in Europe, 35 quid. Absolute bargain. And unfortunately that discount code doesn't work on the model. I did try that as well this morning because I knew that you were going to ask that, so I have been and checked that myself this morning. So yeah, Mini Talon on offer, no brainer, absolutely no brainer. Topic number 5 is I've labeled this as Psycho. I will put the link to this, the link to this is in the video description for you. And I'm just going to click play on this video for you, and we'll wait for this. So let me just rewind that a second. Is to there. Oh, hang on, I need to go back a top. Come on. There. Right. That there is one of the cheap chuck gliders for like $8 or $9. Keep that in the back of your mind. So we'll click on play. And then he's been and chopped the wings on an angle. Glued them together. And made that out of it. How cool's that? He's stuck a little 4000 kV motor on the back. Now there is a bottom view of this. There. So what he's been and done is put some tiny little servos on the top up here. He's got the receiver there and the ESC. Now let me just zoom in on that a second. What I'm unsure upon is this little lump just here, which I think you can see on the screen okay. It looks like the top of a capacitor, and I'm not entirely sure why that capacitor is there, but it looks really straightforward. So it's 2 little tiny servos. A little 400 milliamp fit, I would guess, 2S battery on the top, 2 micro servos, some snakes going round, and he's been and made some fins. And this thing is absolutely bonkers. If you've not seen the video of this yet, he's being quite tame at the moment. It is absolutely bonkers. It's a skits little thing. Like I said, I will put the link to that video episode in the video description for you. I thought that was super cool. I really did. For, what is it? $9 chuck glider, which you hack up, stick a tiny little motor on the back, which is a couple of dollars. Receiver, again, a couple of dollars. 2 little servos, again, a couple of dollars, like $4 each kind of territory. Some snakes, little control rods, and a little battery on the front. And it's absolutely batshit crazy. I do believe I'll need to make myself one of those sooner or later. Fairly impressed by that. Let's have a quick look what's going on with the chat. No sign of Kev just yet in the live chat. Let's have a quick look. James says, no Beck. Is it using a buck boost converter? Aha, it could be. It could be that. Yeah. In one hit, yes. So I'm just looking on there. So yeah, I don't think it would take a hit. So, and it does look a little bit bonkers. And I do agree with you, Fly Time. Shut up and take my money. That is absolutely crazy. Really good fun. Really, really good fun. So we might be seeing one of those in the near future. I did think it was super cool indeed. So that was topic number 5. Was topic Psycho. I think I chose the correct label for that. Now, topic number 6 is only a very quick one, and it's a little simple tip. Now, I need to zoom in on this image, which, there we go, which I can actually see that you can see that really nicely. Now, very simple tip is that I'm working on the F3 Shadow wing here at the moment, and what I made a mistake on previously with other models is that I didn't get the laminating film to stick to the servo very well. And I think back what I did on the Reflex 38 is that I just smeared a little bit of goop glue over the top. Well, on this one, there was a few little pits around the edges where I put it down with the hot glue, and the hot glue would drag the foam down with it. So what I did, just got the goop glue, pushed it around the edges, put a very thin smear over the top, lit the finger, and then what I found, is that goop glue or E6000 really does not like water at all. And again, kind of hints in the name, it's goop plumbing glue, which I'm using. And it will smooth down to a glass finish, so you can see the reflection on top of that servo, and that's given us a really smooth surface for the laminate to go and stick to. So when I now go and laminate that wing, is that we won't end up with a little rectangle, or hopefully it won't be glaringly obvious where the servo is, if that makes sense. So a very, very simple little tip on that one. Very simple to do, and then just lick your finger, wipe it across, and it goes to like a glass finish. And that's also what I've been doing on the S-Back, which is here somewhere as well, on that one, just to finish it up and make it look as cool as possible. So yeah, quick smear, lit finger, wipe it across. Obviously don't double dip because it doesn't taste very nice at all. So let's have a quick look. No sign of Kev just yet at all. So we're doing live status updates on Kev. And that brings us to topic number 7 this morning, which is our last topic for today's RC Coffee Chat, which is yesterday I had to get £28 worth of lube out. And I'm just going to go look on xc.com to see what the conversion of this is. So 28 British pesos to American pesos. That was $35 for a couple of cents difference. So yeah, I did get slapped on the import tax yesterday, and that was because of the Finwing TravelerPlane. Now, as many of you already know, that I bought this model directly from the manufacturer back in February. and I've bought the black EPO version. Now, this model will be turning up this morning at approximately 8 a.m. here, and it's 20 past 6 in the morning, so maybe in about 2 hours' time. We'll have some photographs of her. Now, I did actually notice before I came on this morning, literally just before we went live, is Mohammed has already been and received his, and that's actually looking pretty damn promising. Now, if we have a quick, and again, this is the, like, I've only to go, oh, Mohammed's got one, and let's come a quick look. Oh, and it looks like Mohammed was able to skip the local import tax. So good lad for him, and that really didn't work out very well. So let's have a quick nose what we got on there. The moulding looks good. There is a little bit of spill out, which you can see here on the edge. And it's not like ridiculously shiny, so it looks like they haven't been used a ridiculous amount of mold release on it either. And again, from first impressions looking on here, we've got an aluminium tube going through the main section for the support. So I do wonder if this section is separate. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It looks like there was some thought laid out in here. We can see plywood pieces for the backs of the ailerons going on there. There's a servo cutout hole. It's looking good so far. And I think Mohammed had chosen the one in the box. I didn't choose the one in the metal box. And that was the idea of the TravelerPlane, is that you could break it up and fit it into a small suitcase so you could take it flying with you on holiday. Well, it's probably not something which I'm going to be doing personally, but I did like the look of it and made the decision back in March to grab one. So we will find out what it's like very, very shortly. Unfortunately, this time around, I did get slapped with import tax, and it was £28 worth of import tax. So, Matt, you can imagine the language spoken here yesterday. It was rather blue. Some of it could even be classed as red. Not good times. Let's have a quick look. Bat update. No idea on the bat update. Oh, looks like Lauren. Oh, fuck your plane and hope it explodes. Billy plane, what a wanker. Let's just get rid of that twat. Thank you. Bye. Hope your next shit's a hedgehog. Oh, goodbye, fella. So, Lauren, well done, Joe. Lauren and Joe. Very well done indeed. So unfortunately we do get the odd twat from time to time in the live chat, which I'm sure you've seen above, and hey ho, that's where it is. And I'd like to say a big thank you to all the moderators which are on, specifically Joe and Lauren there. And unfortunately, Kev, you've missed a banning opportunity right now, and that's one to me. Happy days. So Lube from Banggood. James has just asked, please explain import tax. Import tax is like the lottery, but with higher chances of winning. And unfortunately, winning in this case is generally a bad thing because it means that you get slapped. Now, James, the way in which it works in the United Kingdom is that for items approximately around £20, now I'm going to keep this very simple, we'll use 20 quid as the reference, if they cost more than £20, is that they are liable for import tax. And in the United Kingdom, it's just one great big fucking scam where Royal Mail will charge you anywhere between, I think it's about £8. Even if it's 20 pence import tax, they will still charge you the £8 on top as a service fee. If you're using a courier, say as Parcelforce or FedEx or UPS, and these companies are all fuckers when it comes to this, and no apologies for the language because that's what it feels like. They will charge you around about £12 plus the tax which HM Customs and Excise have been applied to your order. Now, like I said, it is a bit of a lottery when we're buying from abroad. Now, I've had items delivered here and they perhaps maybe should have been liable for import tax, and I haven't been taxed on them. Other times, like with the TravelerPlane, then I've been taxed for £28, of which probably 12 quid of that goes into Pastor Force's pocket. So my main complaint about import tax is not the tax itself, okay? It's fair, okay? I have no personal issues with paying the tax liable on the products or the items which are being imported. My big moan and grope is around the amount which the couriers charge you in the fees, the £8, the 12 quid or whatever, okay, because they will slap on an extra processing cost, and of course it's obviously a very lucrative part of their business because it's £12 a fucking pop, you know. So my main grope with import tax, I have no issues with the import tax itself, and if you get slapped with import tax, hey, just take the knock on the chin. Obviously, I'm having a bit of a moan about mine. I'm sure you're going to have a bit of a moan about when you get slapped with import tax. But in short, it happens, okay? And it is like a lottery. Half the time, you'll be fine. I'm sure for many of you, 99% of the time, you'll be fine, and you won't get caught for import tax. And it is, generally speaking, for me personally, it's more of a rarity, more of like a common thing. So I'm making a fuss of it because it doesn't happen every day. And there are things which you can do to limit import tax. Now, obviously, the first thing is that if you've got 40 items in your shopping cart, okay, break it up. Get it down to $20, 20 quid or less. Okay, so maybe use like $20 as a reference. Now, I'm thinking of Banggood, for example. There's a reason why I have so many like smaller packages arrive here. Number one is my scatty ordering process, and because it's free shipping, it doesn't really matter. And the second one is that if I have larger items if I have multiple items in an order, I do tend to break it up. So maybe I wanted some servos, for example, and a Runcam Owl Plus. Is that what I will personally do? Is separate those into two separate orders and pay for them separately, so that they then arrive in two different packages. Now, also note that when you're in Banggood, if you've got items coming from different warehouses, they will automatically get split anyway. And Banggood, I'm looking for no, I don't have a package here. Banggood are very, very good at putting ambitious cost prices on the packaging as well. But unfortunately, yeah, import tax, it happens. It happens rarely, so that's why I was making a big fuss of it this morning, because it doesn't normally happen. And obviously, the bigger the box, the more chances of you getting slapped by import tax, in short. If you think back to like the F22 model, and then we had that Edge 540, both of those models turned up on the same day. Neither were liable for import tax. Happy days. Not saying whether they were or not, but neither of them got caught. So that's why I'm just going to say it's a bit of a lottery, James. So fantastic question. Let's have a quick look. Yes, Van, you're absolutely right. It's the courier's handling. Shameless fare, but we are in their hands. Now, there are some things you can do about it. You can pay customs directly and skip the courier company, but frankly, I can't be fucking arsed. You know, it's... In fact, what happened yesterday was like, I spoke to H, so my H works with me here in the office, and I said, look, H, I'm 99% sure this one's going to get slapped by import tax. Go ring Passer Force. So she rang them, and I said, I already said, look, whatever it is, just go and pay it. And she paid it, and it was 28 quid. Now the thing is that it's going to be here with me tomorrow morning, this morning at 8 o'clock. So sometimes it's just easier just to pay it, you know. And like I said, it's a lottery, and you have a higher chance of winning. And in this case, it's unfortunate, and you just get your arms, you know. It's the way it is. It's the way it is. So I hoped I got a parcel from Banggood, and it was declared as 2 cents. Like I said, some of the Banggood labels, do read the labels. Some of the labels I've had on mine have been hilarious. I'm sure you've seen the photos of them in the Facebook group. But value of 2 cents and things like that are absolutely bonkers. Coming back to the topic on the bat model, I was going to cover that one this morning. Unfortunately, it's still missing in action. Like Kev. Maybe Kev's been a run off with my bat model this morning. Who knows? Who knows? And good morning, Andrew, as well. And good morning, Alan. I've just put 2 names in there this morning. Chris says, I've never paid import tax on Banggood stuff, but I have done with other suppliers. Yeah, it's exceptionally rare that I pay import tax on Banggood orders. The same for GearBest as well. No, I don't think I've paid import tax for GearBest either, to be honest. But then, like I do break my orders up. So, and I'm thinking back to Rudd's conversation, which we had in the Facebook group a short while ago. Rudd's got a big import tax bill, and then when we looked at his order, what he had was lots and lots of small items, and there was an expensive item in there, which was going to be a little bit likely to get import tax. But honestly, if you've got lots of small items in your order, break them up. Okay, break them up. So just think about how those items are going to get packaged. Try and put like the bigger items with the bigger items, but keep underneath $20 or whatever your import tax limit is in your country, and then just break them up. Remember, it's free shipping, right? It doesn't matter if you've got 100 items in your cart. It doesn't cost you any more to have them shipped together. Okay, well, potentially it could do because your courier price could change. And if you break them down into smaller orders, then you're going to save money because you won't be paying the big shipping cost. Yes, they are going to get scattered delivered with you. And like I said, I've only had one order go AWOL with Banggood so far, and that was £4.50 for 3 marker pens. So it does turn up eventually. So I hope that helps. Yeah, James, actually that's technically incorrect. I thought that was their cost price which they were putting on the actual items, but I actually think it's below their cost price what they're putting on the actual items. Sorry, I did some research into the RC hobby as a whole a short while ago, and I've got a very, very good idea on like parts of the manufacturing process, the actual parts, the actual suppliers based in China and things like that, and surrounding areas. And anyway, coming back onto the top, yeah, Banggood are a little bit ambitious on their actual prices as well. Banggood breaks my orders automatically. Yes, they will force orders to be broken up based upon warehouse. That is quite common, but there are things which you can do to limit your chances. Break it up into, if you've got lots of items in your cart, it would be nice for them all to arrive in one box, but let's face it, it doesn't cost you any more. It could be cheaper if you broke it up into separate sub-orders. Yes, it does mean that they'll get scattered, delivered to you, so you may have like 5 items one day and no items the next day and a couple of items the next day, and they may get dragged over, say, a week or so. But it does make it cheaper, and the chances of you getting slapped by import tax is infinitely less. So, on that note, oh, Brad, yeah, do get back in contact with Banggood if that is the case. So, obviously, that's sad news if your drone's not turned up. Drone, what naughty word. Quadcopter has not been and turned up. Just get in contact with them. In short, their support is pretty damn good. Right, I've lost my tab. What did we cover in today's RC Coffee Chat? Number 1 was a whoopsie. Yeah, I almost killed the F-22, and it hadn't even had its maiden yet. Foam or balsa, remember this is a conversation for you in the Facebook group. There is a link to the Facefuls group in the video description for you. On the right hand side, click the little join button when you go across the Facebook. It's free to join, and you can literally join how many cool pilots? 745 other cool pilots just like me and you in the Facefuls group. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So welcome if you've just joined, or you know the drill. So topic number 2 was foam or balsa. There's a link to that thread in the Facefuls group for the chat after the RC Coffee Chat this morning. Topic number 3 is, remember that there is a 10% discount voucher. That link, the actual voucher, March Sale 10, is in the video description for you. The Mini Talon, that is a lot of model for not a lot of money. Really, not a lot of money, and an awful lot of model for what it is. Super, like, fantastic value indeed. Topic number 5 was that psychopathic little wing. Gotta be making myself one of those. Really gotta be making myself one of those. And there's a link to that in the video description for you as well. Just press the show more button. Oh, by the way, those of you which haven't voted yet for foam or balsa, there is a link in the top right hand corner, if you press the little eye icon, you can vote whether it's foam, balsa, or that other special manufacturing material for RC models. You get to vote on which is best, and maybe we should get back and look at that vote tomorrow. Topic number 6 is that we had that quick tip, didn't we? Which is, goop glue. If you want your laminate to stick to, say, your servos, is put a little bit of goop glue down on top, lick your finger, wipe it across, and it comes out like a glass finish. Worked really, really well. And of course, that's going to give a really nice finish once we've got the laminate in on top of that model. So that's happy days. And then topic number 7, which was the slightly bigger topic this morning, which was completely unexpected, and thank you, James, for asking that question, was around £28 worth of lube is needed. Hopefully, well, it should be this morning. The Finwing, the black EPO version, will be here with us this morning. So I'm really actually looking forward to that. And Mohammed in the Faceballs group has already had his delivered. That looks like white EPO foam. I've gone for black EPP, molded EPP, on the premise that it's going to be tougher, like we saw with the Sky Shadow S8100. Very, very robust material indeed. Right, and on that note, it's time for me to go. If you have been enjoyed today's RC Coffee Chat, do me a favour and press the thumbs up button underneath this video, as it always helps. And thank you. I'm just looking at my left-hand screen as well. There's been so much chat going on there in the background. Apologies if I've missed your chat. Like I normally do, I actually go back and watch the RC Coffee Chats each day. So if you do have a question and I've missed it, you've got 2 options. After this live version has been finished, you can ask it in the comments section underneath this video, or pop across to the Faceballs group. There's a link to that in the video description for you. It's free to join, and happy days. Oh, and if you're new here, and if this is your first RC Coffee Chat, welcome aboard. Don't forget to subscribe. Underneath this video, there's a red button next to my name, which is Matthew Ogborn. Click on the red button, you can subscribe. If you'd like to be notified the moment the next episode is being published, press the little bell icon and YouTube will notify you. And on that note, it's time for me to go. If you are out flying today, have fantastic fun. Remember, this hobby is just fun, you know? It's all foam, or it could be balsa, or it could be another material. And remember, if you've not voted yet, top right hand corner, press the eye icon, and we'll be revisiting that vote tomorrow. So on that note, time for me to go. Thank you ever so much for joining me for today's RC almost drinkable coffee chat. Cheerios.